Yo, 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 man, you already know what time it is. You are now tuning into the one and only MRK show. And man, Kane to turn on his goddamn camera. And he looking well and swell. Got the goddamn coon hat for all you coon ass niggas out there. Yeah, 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 man. We finna do it exclusive. It's a little bit late, but sometimes it's better late than never, man. It's never too late. It's never too late. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic to Kane and let him say what he wanna say. He wants y'all niggas to see him up close and personal today. Biatch.
Yeah, man, you already know exactly what time it is. We're back here to search more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. So you got the pound and ready for the next round, man. This episode is gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be entertaining. So grab y'all drinks, y'all weed, whatever the fuck the case may be, and sit down, man. And pay attention.
And we gonna spice up the intro today with a little something different. Ready, set. Late night, telephone, calling all the lost numbers I know. After dark, you soon that half love, half regret. Just enough for Polaroid and cigarettes. Push your life, romantic Man, we finna get to this, man. We finna get to this like we never left, man. We steadily upgrading. You know, the devil, man, he's a motherfucking liar, like RevX said. That's the only real thing that RevX bitch ass ever said. But you know, roadblocks come up in life, and today I'm the I think I am the first one to speak. Did I speak last time first, or was it you?
I think it was you.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Mike. I'm gonna let the mic go to Kane, and I'm gonna let him speak. You know what I'm saying? He gonna start it off, and I'm gonna be talking about roadblocks today and how to overcome them. But with that being said, without further ado, Kane, take the
Man,
wheel.
this is I want to talk about how certain people portray a certain image, but when it comes down to really acting on the image that they portray, they completely abandon who they say they are and they dip out when the circumstance requires them to act on who they say they are. I was just listening to Charleston White earlier, doing an interview. I don't remember who it was with, whether it was with Real Life Street Stars or whether it was with Anton Daniels. I can't remember which one it was. But he was talking about Lil Boosie. And he was talking about how Boosie say he's a gangster, he's hard, he do this, that, and the third. He's a killer, he does all this shit. And Charleston was exposing him, saying that I don't remember where it was that Boosie was at, but he was with some of his homies, and some people rolled up on his crew and they shot him up. And instead of firing back or doing anything else, Boosie took off running and left his whole crew there. Yeah, he took off running and left his whole crew there. But he wanted to get on the internet and say that he's hard, he's gangster, he do everything. Uh, See, this is the problem, dude. Is when you sit here and portray a certain image, you gotta in real life you're gonna get put into a situation to where now you gotta act on the person that you say that you are. And if you don't, people are gonna see that as, oh man, he's just a little bitch, he's lying, he's doing this, that, and the third. And now somebody really gonna run up on you and take advantage of you. And if the dude is weird like Hassan Campbell, he gonna take your cheeks. He said he gonna fuck you. He gonna swing the other way. He said he told Doggy Diamonds, he said, I'm gonna fuck you and I'm gonna be the other way and we're gonna see how you like it. That's what somebody gonna do to you when they realize that you really not about what you say that you are. And a lot of people get put into a predicament that they don't want to be in, and now they gotta go against what's really in their heart. And they don't have the guts to do so, so they just turn tail and run. And it's crazy because you see it all the time. Hassan Campbell said that he was hard, he's a gangster, but guess what? When that dude was putting his hands around his hips, when that dude was trying to kiss him and all this other shit, what did he do? All he did was talk. Hey man, don't fucking touch me, bro. I ain't about that shit. He said he's a gangster. He said he's hard. He's a monster. But guess what? All he did was shove him, just like that. And when he pushed him, dude flew 10 feet because he was drunk. But guess what? When he flew, you could hear all the bass in Hassan Campbell's voice leave just like that. He was like, "Oh shit, Derek, I'm sorry, Derek. Why did you do that, Derek? I didn't mean for you to fall, Derek. Come on now, Derek. Come on, boyfriend." And it's just crazy to me. It's funny, dude, and at the same time, it blows my mind. It's like, why say that you're this, that, and the third when you're really not? If you're really not, just say that. Oh no, it's just a character that I'm playing. Charleston White has said over and over and over again, no, I'm just playing a character on the internet. I'm just playing a character. But these other people out here really be saying that they about it. They don't say it's no character. They say, yeah, this is who I am. And when it comes down to acting on who you are, guess what? They turn around and run away. They run away from who they say they are. It's like this is your chance to prove to everybody that this is who you really are. So why aren't you doing it? There's something wrong here. Obviously, what is it? They don't want to go to prison. They don't want to get fucked. They don't want their manhood stripped from them. I heard Dewberry talking earlier on the interview he just did with Real Life Street Stars. He said that he went when he was in the Ferguson unit. He went to the showers. He went to the back of the showers where he thought there was nobody at. He said he seen a dude with a dick in his mouth, a dick in his ass, a dick in his left hand, and his right hand, just getting fucked. And that's what happens to people when you go to prison. And they don't want that shit. So that's why they turn around and run away from who they say they really are. Because it's like, oh no, man, I ain't trying to go there. I ain't trying to get forced upon. I ain't trying to get my manhood stripped from me. So it's like if you're really not about it, but don't sit here and say that you are. Charleston White was going off on Lil Boosie. He said you could smack that bitch and he wouldn't do nothing. He said you could give that bitch a black eye and he would die because he diabetic. And I'm just like, man, it's crazy. He said he paid somebody like a little bitch to go out there and kill 9 people. And it's just like shit, man. When you see it, when you really hear somebody speak facts, it puts a whole different perspective on people that you either look up to, people who are around you, people who you speak to, and it just makes you realize, damn, reality and virtual reality have been blended in together so much that you can't even tell what's real and what's fake anymore because everybody wants to be like a certain something, but they really not. So yeah, man, that's what I got to say. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm muted. When situations like this surface, you get to really see the reality of a person's character. And I'm glad that these things are happening because I want them to come to an end. And sometimes for certain behaviors and personalities to be frowned upon, they have to be put under the light. Because one thing Dewberry said about that light is it exposes the best of us. Because when you're in the dark, there ain't nobody to scare. But when you're a monster coming from the dark, when you get in the light, your main objective is to scare anybody because they never seen a monster before. But when that light is spread on you, when it's shed on you, and when we see, hey homie, you're not this, hey homie, you're not that, you're tucking and running, yeah, you're just a bunch of hyenas. When you see a pack of lions, you tuck your tail and run away. Like it's the first of the month. Way up. You niggas is bitches. When we see it, man. Uh, we got athletes trying to be like the rappers. We got rappers trying to be like the street guys, and the street guys is trying to get out of the streets. It's a cycle that you see, and you know what I'm saying. We got individuals that say they real, but they ain't been battle tested. And a lot of y'all, like Dewberry said on Real Life Street Stars, salute to Real Life Street Stars. New interview. You already know we finna do numbers on it. Yeah, man. We viral. We global, not local. But anyways, he said, man, a lot of y'all think battle testing is about squabbling. No, homie. It's about being put in a situation to where you got to make a decision, whether you're gonna make an honorable decision or you're gonna make a selfish decision. Honorable is when you're being held accountable for whatever you chose to do. Words is words, but whatever you chose to do is a completely different scenario. But a lot of these people they try to run away from having accountability to the things that they did when they knew it was wrong. So when you see situations like this, it's like a motherfucking war back in the day. Motherfucker thought they nuts was bigger than a goddamn avalanche. Next thing you know, nigga got down to them goddamn enemy lines, and next thing you know, nigga saw how goddamn big the army was, turned around and ran for the hills, and got his ass shot by his own people. Yeah, because these people they never really fought together. They just fought alongside one another. They never really fought together. They just fought alongside one another. Each and every single one of those individuals, they had their own agendas. And whenever they saw that going against whoever they went would not satisfy their agendas rather than the team objective, they decided, fuck that. I'm selfish. I'm nah, 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 nah. Nah. Rest in peace, PNB Rock. But that's what's going on. And all these cases that you're hearing about these rappers is just common examples and samples of the destruction that's going on in our community. And until we keep exposing it, until we keep calling it out, until we keep reflecting it by playing characters, until we got to keep mimicking the behavior because you're gonna get so uncomfortable when there's no beat. Y'all take it a whole lot more personal. Y'all don't care when there's a beat behind it. It's because y'all are sonically being programmed by the way of music. So we gonna remove the beat and y'all gonna listen to this bullshit acapella and see how it sounds. And eventually, guess what? Enough will be enough. Everything's being brought to the light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got Charleston White exposing T.I. Nigga, T.I. didn't snitch. He would say, I didn't snitch and carry on. But you know what? The man was so insecure that he hosted a fucking paperwork party for broke ass niggas to come up to and say, okay, T.I., I believe you. You're not a snitch. Good boy. What the fuck? You can't make this shit up, man. Any last words you would like to say, Kane?
That's facts, man. And you know, you say take the beat. I say do more. Take the beat off. Take away the auto tune. Take away all types of different effects that go on that shit, and listen to how raw it is, and listen to the lyrics that are being spit, and the way people are just being subconsciously programmed to act a damn fool out there in the streets. You hear all this shit. You hear people talking about, yeah, we roll it up on it, and we pop, and we do this, that, and the third in a song, but you say, oh, cool, it's a song. I'm gonna bump this shit in my car. Take all that shit away, bro, and listen to the actual words. These people are literally saying what they're doing. They're saying what they've done, what they're going to do. But y'all don't give a damn because it's behind the beat, so it sounds cool. That's what's wrong with people today. And that's why I can't really stand music like that. I can't listen to music like that. There's nothing good behind it at all. There's nothing fun. There's nothing that piques my interest behind music like that. I just hear that shit and like, oh, I'll turn that shit off, man. That shit trash as fuck. I mean, I would rather listen to gospel music than listen to that bullshit. And that's just straight up facts. Cause there ain't nothing positive, there ain't nothing good that comes from that type of music. But yeah, man, uh, that's just how it is, man. Take away all that shit and listen to it raw. Get fucked with it raw, no condom or nothing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Say. So I want to talk about roadblocks. You know, a lot of y'all are really motivated. Y'all are really driven when everything's going right. But the minute shit starts going wrong, it's okay to be frustrated. But a lot of y'all ain't willing to take the next step that's gonna put you in a better scenario. Sometimes the next step might be you spending a couple of dollars you didn't want to spend. Sometimes the next step might be you having to restart from nothing. Sometimes the next step might be having to realize that you made some dumbass mistakes that if you wouldn't have made back then, you wouldn't be in the situation you is. Sometimes it takes growth and development to realize, okay, so what? Maybe somebody didn't teach you how to do something, but it's never too late to learn. A lot of people say an old dog can't learn a new trick. What the fuck ever. The old dogs can learn a lot of new tricks by watching the young dogs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody think that the new dogs can only learn. Nigga, uh we all babies we all babies according to the spirit realm. So with that being said, man, you can always learn something. Your father might not have been there, your mother might not have been there, you might not have had siblings, you might not have listened to your siblings and parents too, because some of y'all had everything you needed, like Joe Morant, that nigga that went to the NFL, but y'all chose not to listen. Y'all chose to go off the wrong side. You went on the um wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell, like my boy Ivan Moody said. We all been there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you gotta wear it. So man, roadblocks come up, inconvenient things happen that don't make sense. Everything's going right in your life, and then boom, some bullshit hits. And the first thing you want to do is do nothing. And that's okay to do that for an instant second. Sometimes you might need 30 minutes. But after that, what's next? You gotta have a what's next mentality, because when you become grown, crying is not going to fix solution. Blaming them, say, "Oh man, it's Johnny football's fault." That's not gonna fix nothing. Oh man, if she would have never cheated, homie. Okay, we get it. Oh man, fuck my landlord. Okay, you still gotta pay rent. Oh man, my electricity bill. They want to turn on the goddamn. Okay, you still gotta pay that bill. So sitting around crying, screaming, and creaming, uh, that's not gonna do nothing. So this is something that y'all all need to know, man, because a lot of y'all can't really get substantial success that you could track from a long period of time because you had too many interruptions. It's like trying to complete a Call of Duty game back in the day on MW2 on Rust, and you got a bad host, and the shit would fucking freeze during the game, say migrate host, and or during the fucking game it kept saying connection interrupted with that dumbass logo on the screen. There's no way you're gonna be able to have a good game if you have too many interruptions. Eventually, you're gonna lag the fuck out. So man, you gotta stay connected. Okay, oh man, your connection might be interrupted. Nigga, go get an Ethernet cord. There is always a solution in a clear mind. So don't take out anger for your fucking problems on nobody else but your goddamn self. Put your big boy britches on. You hoes, put your panties on and figure it out. Kane, what you gotta say, man?
That's 100% facts, man. We've all had our ups and downs. We all will still have our ups and downs. It's just a part of life, you know. And it's all right if you, like you said, if you got to take a step back for a minute and maybe for like 30 minutes or so, maybe you might even need an hour to really sit there and figure out what you got to do, come up with a plan or whatever. But after that, you have to be the one to act on that plan. You can't have, oh man, he didn't tell me to. No, it ain't nobody else's fault that you didn't act on the plan that you came up with. A lot of people want to push their responsibility and their blame onto somebody else, and when they do that, they they're losing the opportunity to really understand what it's like to be grown. They're losing the opportunity to understand what it's like to really grow as an individual. The more you accept responsibility for things, the more you can really get under control in your own life. If you sitting here and you try to shove other shit onto other people, you ain't got no control over it. But if you take responsibility for it, now you've got the leash on it. Now you can control it. Now you can say, okay, this is what's going to happen. And this is what I got to do. But when you sit here and say other people, you want other people to do it for you. Guess what? Them other people, they might not do it for. They're not going to do it for you. Or if they are, they're not going to do it for you right away. So now it's just lingering around. So yeah, we all have our ups and downs. It's all right to take a step back, to breathe, to relax, to understand I'm still here, man. I'm still alive. It's another day. It ain't the end of the world. What can I do to get past this roadblock and keep on trucking? And once you figure it out, you just got to keep on going, man. There ain't nothing else to it. And yeah, it sounds a lot easier than it is. But I promise you, once you go through that fire, it's so much easier. It's so much better on the other side. It's so much better on the other side. I know. I've been there myself. And we all gonna be there at one point. It's just a part of being grown. It's just a part of being an adult. Don't matter who you are or where you're at. You're always bound to have ups and downs somewhere, sometime in life. Even if y'all think that millionaires, business owners, company owners, CEOs, all that stuff, if y'all think that they had everything out perfect, you are a damn lie. Because they had so many fucking ups and downs just trying to start their business. They didn't know. At first, they didn't even know what they wanted to do until they figured it out. And then they had to come up with a plan, and then they acted on it. And that plan, I'm telling you right now, that plan had so many ups and downs, so many bumps and bruises along the road, so many scrapes, broken bones, all types of different shit along the way. But guess what? They still kept going. They stepped back and said, okay, so if this doesn't work, I need to figure out what does. And guess what? That's exactly what they did. And now look, they got all these different companies. You got Walmart, Aldi's, you got all these different things, Sam's, all types of different shit going. You know why? Because they didn't stop. They kept going. Same thing with these YouTubers, Instagrammers, Twitterers, whatever you want to call them. They didn't stop. They kept going. Even TikTokers, they kept going. Even whenever the system, even when the algorithm said "fuck you," guess what? They kept on going. They figured out a way to get around it. So that's what y'all got to do, man. A lot of people want to sit there and shut down. You can't shut down. Not forever. You can't shut down forever. You got to reboot at some point. You got to refresh your system at some point. If you shut down your system and you don't turn it back on, you're not going to be able to get back on track. So yeah, man, that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, man, we had to give y'all another delicious edition of the show that we do. We don't even need no description because everything we say is reality, not fiction. Yeah. So with that being said, man, we're gonna catch y'all next time, and the next time will be the best time, but it won't be tomorrow. It'll be probably Sunday, man. You might get one Saturday if I feel like it, but I won't be back on this motherfucker until Sunday. So with that being said, hey man, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Pass the mic to Kane, and we're gonna ride.
Deuces. Hey, shout out to Ivan Moody. You said his name earlier. Shout out to Ivan Moody for his first milestone of 1 year being sober from alcohol and any type of drugs, man. He doing what he's supposed to do, and he just celebrated with his daughter earlier. So keep on trucking, man. You do what you're supposed to do. And fuck Boosie, fuck T.I., fuck all them fake ass people. Yeah, get up out of here, man. Deuces.
One, two, three, go. Rest in peace, Chester, man. Something I cannot forget, even though it will always be. I pretend it is I'm trapped in yesterday. A lot of you niggas trapped in yesterday. The pain is all we know, nigga, but you gotta keep going. I'll never break away. Just
Deuces.